we are gonna make this show something truly special. Something this town has never seen before. Who's ready to make some Christmas magic?
Was that a rhetorical question?
I was supposed to be inspirational.
Sounded rhetorical. How about you guys?
Whatever. Let's get started.
Today we're going to talk about the movie The Merry Gentleman. The Merry Gentleman is currently running on Netflix. It is their latest holiday rom-com movie. Before I get into it, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my movie reviews. The Merry Gentleman stars Chad Michael Murray as Luke and Britt Robertson as Ashley. The story is that Ashley is a jingle bell on Broadway, and she's a dancer who recently got laid off because she's aging out. And I thought that it was very interesting to do that storyline, considering what is happening with some of the older and mature actors on holiday rom-com movies, right? So I thought it was interesting that they kind of touched on that theme. So Ashley's alone over the holidays. She's watching holiday rom-coms on TV too, and decides that she's going to go home. And when she goes home to her small town, she finds out that her parents' nightclub is not doing very well. No one's going to this nightclub anymore, and they owe a lot of money, and basically they're going to get evicted if they don't come up with $30,000. When she's there, Ashley meets a hot taxi driver. She meets a hot handyman. The bartender is hot, and she comes up with an idea because her sister told her that she used to date someone who was a stripper, and so she came up with this idea to host and produce a male review. She's calling it male review, but then she does explain in the movie that it's male strippers. But she also says that they're only stripping and taking their shirts off and dancing to music, and that's it. And this is how she's going to raise the money to save her parents' business. The problem I have with this movie is there is no holiday theme in this movie other than that it's held during Christmas, that she was a jingle bell, and there's Christmas decorations and there's Christmas music, but there's no holiday spirit. There's no holiday magic. None of that is really felt throughout the movie. I think they kind of forgot to add that holiday magic. It comes at the very end. The very end of the movie is the most holiday part of this movie. Actually, no. There was also a scene where there is Santa Claus. So Ashley says to Luke, and she says to him, I don't know what I want, and I don't know who to ask it for. And then there's this montage where they go see Santa Claus. But it feels like they just took that scene and plopped it there just so that they could call this a holiday movie. Like, the scene didn't build on any of the plot points. It wasn't even fun. So it kind of missed the mark on the whole holiday thing. They tried. There was also another scene where she is with her mom and they're doing Christmas baking, which is always a fun scene. You see Christmas baking montages all the time. But this one, they were focusing on the actual baking part versus the bonding part. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were showing them taking the stuff out of the oven and a close-up on their hands and a close-up on them sprinkling the icing sugar. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a sense of magic and a sense of good feelings. And I didn't get it from that scene at all. There was Christmas music. There was Christmas music during the dance shows. There was Christmas music when she was in her jingle bells. There's Christmas music when they're, the different scenes. But it wasn't enough, to be honest. It wasn't enough. It just failed there as well. And I thought Luke's character, which is played by Chad Michael Murray, he was just too Zoolander at times, if you know what I mean about Zoolander at times. he had hang-ups over his ex. He was projecting his ex onto her because he kept saying, "You're a city girl, you're a diva." And actually didn't even look like a diva. She looked very down to earth. Just because she was in the city, he's calling her a diva. So I thought that was very mean of him to call her diva, and she's not a diva. Didn't know anything about her. He was also very controlling and very manipulative. He buys her a necklace after their first show. Then after that, he goes, "Oh, are you married? Do you have a boyfriend?" It's like, I think you should have asked her that before you give her this necklace. I just didn't like his character at all. When she got an opportunity to go back to the Jingle Bells, they wanted to hire her back, and they said they made a mistake by firing her. As soon as she told him, he started pouting like a little baby. He made it about him. He didn't make it about her. He didn't support her dreams. He was making her feel sad, making her feel guilty. And they've only been dating for 10 dates. And I know they didn't intend his character to be like that, but maybe it's because it just wasn't lighthearted. Maybe it was just trying too hard. That's why he came off like that. Like, he didn't come off as a very nice person in the end. The other part that I didn't like with this movie was they're trying to put all these themes in this movie. Chase your dreams. You only have one life, so you gotta, make the most of your life and do what you want. They talked about themes of trying to, build a family and help each other. But then here's the character, Ashley, and she leaves right away. Okay, yes, it's because she's chasing her dreams, and we know that this is all she's ever wanted. But we don't see what happened with her when she decides that, no, she's not going to go back. There was just a lot of plot holes with this movie that just didn't make sense. Rush hour traffic in a small town, you don't see that. I know what small towns are like. You don't see rush hour traffic in small towns, but because she was in rush hour traffic, she heard their song that she danced to with Luke, and she rushes off and rushes back to him. All the supporting actors as well, I didn't really like any of them except for the sister. That relationship between Ashley and her sister was very genuine, but the rest of the supporting cast, it just didn't work. And I wish it did work, because this could have been a really fun movie, very funny movie. I wish that they just focused it about the male dance review, the Merry Gentlemen. Focus on them. There could have been so many comedic elements just with that storyline alone, and they didn't. It could have been a really good movie, something like Christmas Vacation, where it's slapstick and humorous, not cringy, and I feel embarrassed to have watched this movie. There's one scene where they're gyrating, they're taking their shirts off. I mean, they all look great. The men looked hot. That's what they were supposed to be. But there's a scene where Luke turns around to the audience, pulls down his pants, and he's wearing his underwear, and it says "Naughty Elf" on it. And it's just like, what am I watching? I really thought, what am I watching? This isn't giving me holiday spirit vibes. So with this movie, I think if you're going to watch it with a bunch of your girlfriends, have wine, have some cheese, focus on the male dancing, focus on the eye candy, forget about the story. Never mind the story, because there's so many plot holes. The dialogue is just not written well. The actors tried to do the best that they can, I feel like, with this movie, but it just didn't hit home. I'm going to give this movie 1 heart out of 5. 1 heart only, because they really tried. And I'm trying just to be nice, because there's not a lot of good holiday rom-com movies out there, and I just wish this could have been better for everyone to watch. 1 heart out of 5. I'm sorry, it's just not good. If you watch it and you enjoy it and you understood some of the plot holes, let me know. I just didn't like Luke's character at all. He was just so controlling. When she says she has to leave to chase her dreams, he holds the necklace that he gave her from the beginning of the movie that I told you about. He holds it and goes, "What about this?" Dude, you're guilt tripping her. That's not very nice at all. This is not holiday. This is not Christmas. Do they end up saving The nightclub, you'll just have to find out and watch the movie. Maybe that's something for you to look forward to. But yeah, or maybe fast forward the movie and just watch the male dance scenes. There's cheesy music in it. There's one called I Need a Man for Christmas, so cheesy. It's similar to the song It's Raining Men. Maybe that's how you can salvage this movie. Fast forward the movie to just the dance scenes and leave it at that. Anyways, that's it for my review. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.